Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door or Door Shutter coming back to episode 41 of Direwolf20's 1.19 mod pack. And today, we're in a new room because I actually branched off here. This is going to be a multi-purpose room. We're probably going to have some Botania stuff down here sooner or later. But for right now, we're going to get a phytogenic insulator down here. And what we're going to do with this is actually create a kind of farming system without creating the farm. Right? That's kind of our goal here. And then we're also going to have this connect to a separate AE2 system, and then we're going to try and see how P2P connections work. I'm not 100% sure how they work. I'm not really sure about a whole lot, and that is going to be an interesting thing here. So we're going to put that system, the power down here. We're going to have several of these. We're going to have a whole separate dye system as well. But for right now, we're going with this. So we also need a sink, and I'm going to just straight pipe this stuff in. I think actually, let's go laser IO for right now. Just make this a little simpler. We'll need some item card, no, not item cards, fluid cards, just 2 of these, a couple energy, and then some overclocks. And then we're actually going to just replace this here. We're going to put, well, actually, I don't know how am I going to do this? So I want this to be underground. So let's actually just grab another laser node. And we'll just put it right here, there. Flux point, that is facing north. Energy card here, extract, that, full amount. And then here, power surge, all that. Fluid on the western direction. There, extract, overclock, all speed ticks 1. And then we'll go for a laser wrench. That's what I was trying to think of. And then here, we're going to have insert, exert, yeah, both inserts. And we're just going to put a piece of grass or dirt back here. And that should be fully powered. And then configuration, auto input, bottom. And we're not going to worry about inputting anything in here. We're actually going to go for vines at first, because I always need some vines apparently, and I don't have any. We're also going to grab a component, which I actually need to make another component here. Component, because these are actually for something else that I was working on. But yeah, let's get that going. And then flux linkage amplifier. Let's go for 3 of these bad boys. So how are we going to get a separate AE2 system connecting to ours? Honestly, I've got not 100% of an idea. There's also another upgrade that I can't remember what it's called. This thing. Cyclical processing. So I actually need this. So we actually need some plates. So ingot, we'll need, what was that actually? Hold on. So this right here, and we'll need a few gears. Let's actually get those auto crafting, or a few plates, not gears, but we'll get those auto crafting real quick here. So we need a silver plate and a Constantinian. Was that right? We just need to get the right one. There we go. All right. And we'll just throw these down here. Also, while I'm over here, I quickly want to mention that I missed something on these, especially the induction smelter. What you want to make sure you actually have enabled is blocking mode. Do not push crafting ingredients if inventory contains a pattern. Which basically means if I have gold and silver in here, which is making electrum, which is a pattern that we have, it won't push anything else for like Invar or Constantinian or anything like that. I forgot that, so it kind of broke a little bit ago. But yeah, just keep that in mind. And then we can auto craft the redstone servo. That's not too bad to craft. Here we go. So this will actually keep a constant loop. Let me actually open this here. So we take out 1 flux linkage amplifier, and whatever you throw in this first slot will just continuously cycle, right? So vines, and it just keeps it, okay? So now what we can do is grab a drawer, and this drawer, we're just going to put right here, and we're going to go up. I was also wondering, let me actually look at something real quick. So we have the, at functional storage, we have what is called a storage drawer or storage controller, and also a where is it at? Controller extension. I wanted to see what that is. So let me see here. Functional drawers. Or functional storage. Controller extension. Hold on. Wait. I have to look at something. I just read something and now I'm confused. Storage controller. So this. Actually, what did that just link to? Hold on. Wait. You can do that? You can. All this time. And I didn't even know that. Well, actually, this might make things simpler. So I wonder what the range is on this. So we have the ME controller here. I think the phytogenic insulator that we just put down is actually past this wall. But I think if I put this about here and I link this, can I actually go here? Okay, perfect. So what should happen is if I grab a storage bus, right? That's what we want, storage bus. Oh, nope. I need to actually auto-craft these. And a set of cables. So let's go Fluix cable. We're not going to do anything too extreme here. We just storage bus into the side of this. And then go from this controller to the wall. And then up. Which this isn't going to look pretty, but I'm just kind of experimenting here. So that should mean if we grab a terminal, which I just have one sitting in here, and we plop this down. Oh, nope. Let's plop it down on a cable then. We should see vines. Okay, perfect. But something I want to do is get a inventory checker, I think is what I'm thinking. So if we grab an inventory checker and we go off the... Well, actually, I don't have a lot of room here. So let's just try this. Inventory checker. That's not really where I want to put this. I think the redstone comparator can actually do this too, but I'm not sure. Doesn't this need like a functional storage upgrade? Yeah, you need to have a redstone upgrade in there to do that. I would love like a simple one block solution for this, but I don't think that's going to happen. So what actually we could do then, if this is not going to be a one block solution anyway, is go from there, and we're going to clear that out because I was using it for the lamps to check that stuff, but it didn't work. So we're going to check for 2000, slot 0, and then a lamp. Just for right now. So if I change this down to 1, it should light. If I change this to 2000, it should stop. So what I think we can do is grab a laser node, right? And a redstone upgrade, 2 redstone upgrades to be exact. And then put this here. Grab the laser wrench. Wrench from here to here. Well, doesn't really matter. And then on the direction we have this currently, which is just up, should be at least, insert, and then here, down, redstone signal, extract, or output, strong. So if I get 2000 in here, so I want this to work with without a redstone signal, so we'll put low, I think. So what should happen is if I do 0 or 2, whatever, this should, let's see. Okay, so high, up, this. Okay, that's working. So now if I invert this, is there a way to invert this? I don't think there would be a way to invert this. Well, actually, no, we wouldn't need to invert this, right? So we turn this on high, and then we go 2000, right? Is that, am I thinking about this wrong? So if I do 2, no, because this needs a high redstone signal. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so if we actually get, I don't think this would work with verticality, but we'll try it. So here, take that out. That. So if we have 2000. Okay, no. That's not going to work. So if I do this, maybe? Okay, you are outputting, but you're not going to be able to do that. How would I go about this? Questions, huh? We could do wireless. Would I be able to do something like this on the back of this? Okay, so you're on. Okay. So if I just run this down, you should have a like toggle thing, right? Okay, it's not high enough. Even though that's like 15, it's still not even powering it. Let me be back. Try to figure out something. Okay, I figured out why it wasn't working, by the way. That was a mistake. Hold on. Okay, let me undo what I just did. So, I had these backwards. It's gonna throw me off. It usually is. Let's fix that real quick. But basically, I had this in the wrong direction. You know, extract and insert would just be a better term for these, but redstone input and output confuses me. So basically, what I was doing is output should be the wrong. It should be input, and then up on this should be, no, hold on. What am I doing? Because you're inputting the redstone signal, right? So if I change this, I think. So input redstone signal. So if I have 2 of these, you see that just glows bright red. If I go here and I go up, put this back in here on output strong. So if it receives any sort of signal, it'll output strong. See how bright that just went? And this turned on. This was my fault. I've done this before on accident, but this should be a simple system that works, right? We got 3 laser nodes. The bottom one's going to actually be for a whole bunch of other stuff, but this works we can now set this to 2000. I believe, yeah, this will break again. So if I do low and I change this to 2, will this stop working? Okay, it will. So if I change this to 2000, I think that's how I want this. Now we're actually just going to change this to 500, by the way. I don't really need that many vines, but I was just kind of testing. So this should work, I hope. I'm not 100% sure. I wish there was like an inverted redstone signal for this, for these machines, honestly. Just so you could have like no power. I know a lot of mods offer that, but this one doesn't, which is, you know, kind of strange how long thermal's been around and it doesn't offer that kind of stuff. So hopefully this will work. So just again, press 10. This will take a second and it'll turn off. If I put back 500, it'll turn right back on. Okay, I'm going to say that works. We have vines, but let's get on to the meat of this episode here. So what we need to do is basically figure out a way to connect this controller to the controller over here. And we can run this off this line. That's not a problem. So I believe what we need to do is get a P2P tunnel. All right. So we're basically going to connect, I think 3 of these, I think. I'm not 100% sure, as I've said. But we're going to basically run a cable off of this. Put a P2P connector here. And I think we actually want one here as well or something. I don't know. We will figure it out. All right, let's just do that. And then, because we need a network card as well. Network. What is it called? At applied. I know it's like a card. Memory card. That's what we're looking for. So we actually just need the generic memory card right there. So I'm pretty sure, actually, let's go storage bus on the end of this. I was wondering if this would work too. So we're going to figure out one thing before we figure out the other. If this doesn't work, then that is okay, and then we'll move on to the next option. Okay, so storage bus, P2P tunnel, and then P2P tunnel with cable in the middle. Oh yeah, this is off. That's okay. Right now we're just testing. We'll prettify it later. Okay, so this actually should be offline. So what we need to do is grab a quartz fiber, run a cable off of this line, quartz fiber there, and then memory card from here to here. Can we see vines? No. Okay. So what does that mean? Missing channel. All right. Let me look at how to do this and see if I did this completely wrong. Alrighty, so I was looking, and I'm still not 100% sure if I thought this through, but I'm going to try this. Okay, so recursive networking. So basically what I think should happen here is only extractable items will be visible, filter on insert and extract. Okay, so we want bidirectional. I think this should work. So now if I look up vines, no, they're not in here. Okay, so did I do this wrong? Let me backwards this here. So we have storage bus here. interface here, cable, cable. Okay. And yes, okay, so that was right. So interface, storage bus, interface needs to be coming from the system we want to extract from. So why am I doing this? Let me explain my thought process on this. And then I'm going to do this actually for the actual storage room as well in a minute. But basically, the reason I want to do this is because I want to not use as many channels for certain things, right? In storage, right? So we have 260 vines here. Of course, I have one in the system, so that's not going to like force itself out. But if I actually just start taking these, you can see that it's emptying, right? And since this is a locked drawer, what should happen is if I throw these back in here, we have 263. And we have 263 in here. And so when we have the dyes and we have the different flowers and all this stuff, we aren't just throwing this into that storage system over there. We have its own storage system that is completely and utterly, you know, its own controller, own system. So if this power, you know, if I wanted to, and I'm like, you know, I really don't want this powered anymore, I could come over here and I could just straight up, you know, get rid of this. And the system would sooner or later shut off and I wouldn't have access to vines or anything of that sort. Of course, there is no interaction with the main system as well, right? So if I look at this terminal, all we can see is vines. There is no two-way connection at all with this system now. We only have just vines and whatever else we put in there, right? There's no auto crafting going to be doing anything on this. This is all going to purely be machines, and the output is what we're going to see in the system. So I hope that makes sense. All right, so we're actually going to step away from AE2 for a minute here, and we're actually going to get a little bit further into Industrial Foregoing. And the reason I want to do this is because we need to get to the laser drills. That is going to be our new mining system. But the thing is we need pink slime. Pink slime is not hard to get. It is just a little bit time consuming. We need a mob slaughter factory, and we need a way to get the actual mobs, right? And I think what we can do for now is actually convert the blaze farm into that. But I want to do apotheosis, let's see, spawner. The spawner, I want to remove, what is it called? The max entities, I believe. So if we get gas tiers and nether quartz, okay, so we hold these in our offhand. Let's go to the void dimension. There's a reason I'm doing this, by the way. It is because I want to be able to not have an overflow, basically. Oh, there's actually still blazes in here. But yeah, we don't want an overflow of this. So if I do... So you see there's 32 max entities. I think max entities is what I want to get rid of. Let me actually make sure. No, okay, actually it's a fermented spider eye. So this will actually remove the spawn count. We're just going to get this down to 4. So the reason I want to do that, of course, is just so we don't get a ton of overflow on the mob slaughter factory. Because it is slower, right? We have upgrades and stuff, but it won't keep up with the amount of entities that were coming in from this by itself, if that makes any sense. So now we'll grab this and we'll actually need to remove this. Let's modify this so we can actually take out this, all of these, and we can actually put some cobblestone back down. And the mob slaughter factory. The range is pretty poor on this as well, so we'll need to increase that. And it looks like we actually need to drop this down 1 as well. All right, so I'll need to get a range upgrade, and I'll also need to get an efficiency processing, all of that stuff. But what will happen, and I'm not sure if this actually still will produce liquid meat, but it should produce like pink slime. So let me get those upgrades real quick, and then I can make sure what this actually will do. All right, so this has been turned on. I'm not 100% sure yet about a lot of this. So I've got a laser node here that is basically just pulling energy out of the fluid or the flux point here, and then inputting that into the mob slaughter, and then a fluid card on extract with overclocks in here. And then I just turned the fans on. I didn't turn the actual spawner on. And this is working. We just actually got a lot of liquid meat. So I'm going to do on the left here, fluid card, and we actually need a filter. So let's actually grab a basic filter here. And we're going to filter fluids. So here, there, liquid meat, and then I don't have enough pink slime, so let's actually turn this fully on. And let's actually go look and see. Oop. Let's go look and see how this is doing. So we just got them spawning, falling. You can see they're dying quickly here. Perfect. So we should see a lot of pink slime coming in here. There we go. So actually we need to filter. So this here, filter, pink slime. Okay, pink slime's going in there. I just don't want liquid meat or anything to go in there. That's my thing, right? So this should be decent to get us quite a bit of pink slime quite quickly. I will ender tank this into our system, of course, because that is a good option. If we use like a mob crusher, by the way, we would get essence and stuff like that, but I'm only worried about pink slime as of current. So let's see. So we're still cruising. How much we got? Four buckets, 86 buckets of liquid meat. And also liquid meat, by the way, if you want to know what that is used for, you can use it as a, I believe, auto-feeding thing. Where is liquid meat? Right here. But it's also used in getting mechanical dirt. It's also used in, apparently, metallurgic mycelial generator. The washing factory, which is its like way of, I think 6 times, 4 times, 2 times ore processing. And I think it is used for like nutritional paste or something like that. I know there's another use for it, but that's okay. Nutritional paste is Mechanism's thing, by the way. I know it's just something similar to that, but we're cruising. We're getting it. 7 buckets. We're going to have to, like, void this stuff. But I think, let's grab some tanks. Ender tanks. Let's just type that. So 1, 2. We'll get the brown one. That's pretty interesting. So brown, I think just placing this here and then right-clicking. No, you're not going to pull. Dang it. All right, so we'll have to pipe into that one and this one. So I think we'll place brown here, this there, go for at pipes, grab these 2, grab the fluid pipes, grab my crescent hammer, and put that here, there. Actually, I just did the wrong one on this one. All right, so we've got that going for us. Let's pop back and let's get some fluid drawers going. So storage at functional. Let's just get the normal fluid drawers. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I made 3, but that's okay. And then here and here. And then bottom can be... Actually, I need these facing out so I can actually toggle that front. So that. And then this. All right, and then let's grab some upgrades. 3 of those. I have 3 for some reason. 1, 2. I don't know if we need more than this. What is this? This is 51 buckets. Is that right? 51? No, 512 buckets. So if we actually just grab 1 more netherite upgrade, I think we have 2 in all these, right? Yeah, that'll be fine. So 1 and 2, and that makes like 1 million, 8 million buckets. 8.2 million buckets. All right, so we'll then grab a void upgrade for both of these. Because after I hit that certain amount of fluid, I'm not going to ever be worried about this again. So there. And I think... yeah, after this one fills up, it doesn't really matter. We could probably put a void upgrade here or something, but that's okay. So we have 100 and something buckets of that and 15 buckets of that. So what do we need the pink slime for? That's something I didn't actually answer. Well, pink slime is actually one of the crafting ingredients for the dissolution chamber. It's the middle liquid here. And of course, you can make pink slime ingots. You can make advanced machine frames. All of the tools, the pink slime balls, and all of that jazz. Ooh, what's this? That's a new one. I don't even know about that one. But advanced machine frames can make different things. And the one that I think we need is right here, the fluid laser base, and then there is the ore laser base. Yeah, it's this right here. So the ore laser base it needs a few other components. It needs a lens, and it also needs several laser drills. But you can see here that there is some interesting things, right? You put the yellow, you have a chance of getting sulfur. White gives you nether quartz. Diamond is from light blue. Brown gives you nickel. There's a whole lot of stuff to look at in here. There's 12 total pages, but there is only a few lenses that actually will do anything. Of course, you kind of just need to see which ones will do things. So purple, yellow, light gray, brown, gray, and you'd want, for specific things, you'd want to make sure you focus on these lenses. And I believe each one can fit 4 lenses or something like that. I think. I don't remember. We'll need to look at it, right? That's where we're going to head to. But we want to kind of just go towards this and get a system set up that will allow for us to start getting this material. Because I'm going to completely replace this whole mining system back here. And I'm also going to most likely remove all of the myriad crushers that are down here, and hopefully maybe get, you know, just a more clean system. I might not remove them. Maybe look at Industrial Foregoings or tripling 6-timesing system. I did that last season, so I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that or stick with this. It kind of just depends on how efficient this system actually will be at the end of the day, and I'm not sure about that either. So I think with that, we've got a kind of general idea. We've got to start with the fluid drawer. I think next episode, automate the dissolution chambers. Have the ability to make all of the recipes. And then go from there. Advanced machine frames, simple machine frames, pity machine frames. All of that. All the 9 yards, you know, whatever. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.